All right, still good morning, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. We've got special guests today. We've got Stacy and Jason from State 48 Roofing are here, and they so kindly brought us breakfast. So there are hash kitchen burritos over here. Please help yourself. There's coffee and stuff out there. There's water over here as well. But I wanted to have these guys come up. We've got they're going to talk a little bit about their company and do some Q&A for you as well. So, Stacy, you want to go ahead and get started?
Yes,
Thank you.
thanks, Todd. Hey everyone, I'm Stacy. I do biz data for State 48. So that means that I'm your point person, your direct contact for anything you guys need, all things roofing. And I first wanted to just say congrats to you guys for your pretty recent opening and all the success that you've had in just a few months. So, and for having us, thank you, Todd, and thank you. Really excited to meet you guys and help support you. So we really pride ourselves in working really well with the real estate community. And I myself have a real estate background, so I speak the language. I know a lot of things that you guys need without you having to really say. I get it, and I know that pretty much to keep it simple, you guys look for basically two things: really good service when it comes to working with your vendor partners, and just keep it simple, right? We don't want anything else to complicate things. So a couple of things that we do that can really provide you guys with great service and keep things simple is that we do offer courtesy inspections. So a lot of the higher ticket items, HVAC, obviously roofs, not all vendors are going to offer that, especially for in escrow. So not only do we offer the courtesy inspections for your sphere, for your homeowners, but we do that for your escrows as well. And then speaking of escrows, we can pay through escrow. So if you have that listing that, let's say the roof was pretty messed up 5-7 years ago, and then now you're going to list it and it's really messed up, and you tell your client, okay, we're going to need to replace this roof to get it sold, but they don't want to pay for that up front. You can mark it that it's going to come with a new roof, and then once you're under contract, we can do an agreement with you guys that it will get paid through escrow. So we know not everybody offers that, but we do help make things a little easier for you. And another thing that we do offer a lot of education, tips for you guys, discounts, giveaways, a lot of things like that to give you guys some more value. So the best way to stay in the loop with all that is actually, most of you guys all have your phones out, so just go over to Instagram, and I want you guys to follow a couple of accounts, because that's the best way to keep up with some education and discounts and giveaways that we have going on. So first, obviously, the State 48 Roofing account. You're going to see a lot on there. And Jason the roofer. And then mine is a Roof Marketing Maven, M-A-V-E-N. So definitely follow those three accounts. And then while you guys have your phones out, I want you to just go to the text and then just put in this number. This is going to be my direct cell, 480-825-2212. 480-825-2212.
And you can also do the QR code that I have on the screen.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't even see that. Yeah. Perfect. So the QR code actually goes to the website, but I want you guys to save my contact. So in the message box, put your full name. Because what I'm going to do is, once I get your text after this meeting, I'm going to go back and save all your information and then send you my full contact card. Because you can have the card, you can have my other card over there, but at the end of the day, when you need me, you're not going to be looking around for a card. You need me in your phone, so even if you don't remember my name, you could just search roofing. I'll come up and you can give me a call. So that's just a couple things. I'm going to have Jason come up here as well and share a little bit more about us, and of course have some time for questions. So, come on up.
Give it up for Stacy.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. How are we doing? Good? You guys are beautiful. This is a great group.
I know. All stars.
Todd, you did well. Good job. Way to get them in the room. Good job. So my name is Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Some of you guys have heard about us. Some of you haven't. Totally fine. So a little background on me, born and raised, Gilbert, Arizona, third generation. So I know the valley like crazy. And I've only been doing roofing in Arizona. So I'm not like, oh, I did shingles and, back in Kentucky or Oklahoma or whatever. So I know the Arizona market upside down and right and left. Started doing roofing in January of 2010. Just working for my uncle, put my head down, grinding it out with him for about a decade. Tried to buy in with him and he's like, pound salt. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go find the salt. So put in my 2 weeks, took off, and did outside sales for a year for one of my buddies, and then started State 48 Roofing from scratch. No investors, no partners, no capital, no nothing. Just me, my wife, and a crap ton of blood, sweat, and tears. And we just completed our 8,400th job in 6 years. We have over 750 5-star reviews between Facebook, Yelp, and Google. We won Best of the Valley, Phoenix Magazine Best of the Valley for 2023 and 2024. We didn't win 2025, but my buddies, the 5 guys did. So tried to do a 3P, didn't work. We're going for 2026. So that's a little bit about me. So I'm not a one-man show. It's not me and my wife and a couple of guys. Like we're a fully established, somewhat a fully established real estate team. We're a fully established roofing company from A to Z. So the 3 things that people think about when it comes to roofing is speed, quality, and price, right? I'm not the cheapest. So if you're calling me for price, like you're not going to get it, right? Last time I checked, this name also comes with the price, right? Because there's quality and there's value behind there. So we are fairly priced, but we're not going to be the cheapest. I can give you 10 people, other guys that I work with on a daily basis and buddies with, that are cheaper than I am, but they're not as good as I am, and they're not as fast as I am. So when it comes to the quality, all of our stuff, we're licensed, bought, and insured, right? And the people say that like, oh, how many people say that, right? It's all in everybody's trucks. 100% bullcrap, just so you know. I'd cuss, but we have little ears in here. Like I get very, very passionate about it. You have to check. Right now, more than ever, roofing is kind of like in a lull because it hasn't rained in like 2 years, like legitimately rained in 2 years. No monsoon season. We're in the middle of monsoon season. Everybody join the monsoons? Because there isn't any. Right. So people will lapse on their insurance. So kind of like when you get pulled over from the cops, you have auto insurance, you get a ticket, right? Well, just like when you lapse on your workers' comp insurance and a guy falls off the roof, the homeowner gets sued for millions of dollars and loses their house. It just happened like 3 weeks ago, just so you know. Full-on lawsuit, guy fell off a roof, actually passed away. Wow. They're suing, they can't sue the roofing company, the family is suing the liability insurance of the homeowner because the roofer didn't have workers' comp.
Oh my goodness.
So ask for an active workers' comp certificate. Like, oh yeah, we have workers' comp, cool. Show me where it says, and it has the date on there. So not a scare tactic, but literally just happened like 30 days ago. So it's fresh. One of the biggest things, so price, speed. So people think speed is bad. How many of you guys think doing something really, really fast is bad? Raise your hand. Right? Well, who doesn't love a fast car? Right? Do we talk crap about Lamborghinis? No, but they go a gajillion miles an hour in 4 seconds. But do we talk crap about them? No, because they're very efficient in what they do. That's just how we are as well. And we do it because we are teams. So we have multiple sales reps that are all W-2. Every single person that works for me is W-2. They work for me. They're not 1099, they're not from out of state. They all live and work here. I don't do VAs in the Philippines and all that bullcrap. I'm all red, white, and blue and Arizona flag. So they all work here in Arizona, every single one of my guys. So we can get out to your inspections quickly. And you got crazy turnarounds, right? Just like Stacy said, we're very, very well versed in the real estate space, from 10-day inspections to 5-day responses to like, what's escrow, right? We're Googling what's escrow, right? And what's a spud, right? Remember, like, we're way past that, guys, right? So when you run into those things and you have inspections, we'll come out and compliment the home inspector. We can even meet them out there and do the roof portion of it with them. You guys do that with termites, you guys have HVAC, a lot of times pools. We'll go out there and it doesn't cost you $1, right? We go out there as a courtesy inspection, we take videos, we take pictures, we send it to you, all same day inspections, and we give you the information right there. We give you guys options. So it's not just, oh, hey, full roof or bust, full roof or bust. We'll give you options of like, hey, you really don't need a whole new roof. You just need some tiles this and some tiles that, or some coating here and there, and you know, it's $500 or $5,000, not a $50,000 roof.
Excuse me.
And we also educate your clients to budget for a new roof. We really know how long the roof's going to last and what it's going to cost them, so they know what to budget for. If you know you need a new roof in 5 years, that's totally fine, right? But how much is it going to cost? $25,000? Cool. Well, I would like to know 5 years in advance, that's going to cost me 25 grand, not, oh, by the way, it's $25,000 today, cash, check, or card. Right? So we educate your clients on what to expect. Payment through escrow is huge right now. It was not a thing during COVID because the sellers had that upper hand. Right now, I'm not a realtor, but just from the market, it's a buyer's market, correct? So buyers can be like, dude, I want this. I want, like I said, I want new paint. I want new flooring. I want new roof. I want new whatever. So you can negotiate roofs very, very easily right now in 2025. We do about at least one, if not 2 homes through escrow a week right now because it's the biggest ticket on the Binzer. And it's a necessity, not like, oh, it has crappy carpet. Like, you can move in with crappy carpet. You can move in with crappy paint. And carpet and paint doesn't cost as much as a roof, right? And so that's where we come in. We can help educate you guys and help you negotiate those deals. And that's what our niche is. So part 2 of speed is we have crews, right? We have 11 crews that work for us. They're W-2s. And everything from tile, foam, shingle, anything, both residential and commercial. So some of you have clients that have commercial properties. You guys know Tommy Mello, A1 Garage Doors. I worked on his personal house. And then I did his commercial building off of Broadway 2 years ago, right? So anything commercial related, we can also take care of that for you as well. If you want to grab one of these are some pretty sweet homeowner guides that we made that you can give to your clients of like what to expect, contact information, a lot of value education here. They're in the back. So you guys can grab these on your way out and look through them. So that's the crash course on roofing, right? How many of you guys have lost a deal through escrow? Raise your hand. Because of the roof. Oh, like through escrow, like raise your hand. Sorry. The next niche is through escrow because of the roof. So 91% of deals that fall through escrow are roofing related. 91% because it's such a big ticket and it's a necessity, right? You'll people like, we love the house, oh, it needs a roof, boom, we're out, right? So we're trying not to explode the deals and we're trying to help continue the wave of the transaction, but you kind of got to get over that little $25,000 hurdle, right? And that's what we do. That's how we help. So that being said, what questions do you guys have regarding roofing or problems that you run into with other roofers or scheduling issues, warranties, any of that stuff? What questions do you guys have?
So do you guys, I know the answer to this, but you guys do flat roofs like apartment complex, the built up roofs, you guys do that as well?
Yeah, so the traditional ones you have is called a built up roof. It's like a rolled roofing system.
Yeah.
And then you have the ones called a polyurethane foam. It's like a spray foam. Looks yellow and you put the white coating on top. We do all of them. So we're certified applicators. I'm huge on knowledge and education. We go to trainings quarterly for all of those. And I have all of the manufacturer reps in my back pocket. I just met with one of the owners of Polyglass. They did like $13 billion last year. I went to lunch with them 2 days ago at the Epicenter in Agritopia. Just because I was like, dude, I got questions. And we're doing a ton of this stuff. I need you here. Let's talk. So, and if we don't know the answer, we'll get it for you real quick. So, what other questions do you guys have? Home inspection reports? Yeah.
Are the guys that come out that do estimates on commission?
Yes. So they are straight commission, but the cool part is I actually just didn't hire. I was going to hire a door knocking team. He's like, okay, what if the roof's like 21 grand? Can I charge 25 and we split the extra 4 grand? I said, get out of my office. True story. Happened 2 days ago. I was like, get out. I'm like, no, I know the pricing we need to charge. By the way, if you can Google it or ChatGPT, ask what the average net profit of a roofing company is. What do you guys think it is? We should do a giveaway for that. That's a good question. On the next one, we'll bring a giveaway. 12%. 10. 10. Anybody? Well, you see these big old cool trucks and all these billboards and all that stuff, right? 9. And that's a legitimately ran roofing company. Most of them do 3% net profit. So there's not a lot of margin in there anyways, right? Because of the workers' comp and insurances and all the stuff you have to have. So the point being is, yes, my sales reps are straight commission, but we have literally an Excel spreadsheet of our pricing. Whether Jason, the owner, goes out, or Mike, or TJ, or Juan, or David, or whoever goes out, it's the same price, and they get paid the same exact commission, just so you know. So it's not like, oh, this sales rep gets more commission or less commission. It's all flat across the board. The reason why I don't do salaries is because sales reps that get salaries don't sell. If you anything about sales, like biggest thing you don't do is to give them a salary. So
I have a question. So is it standard practice to go out to a property and give an estimate to tighten the roof up and to replace if it really doesn't need to be replaced?
yes.
So how does that work?
Yeah, because you'll get one, you're like, wait, it happens all the time. Wait, we got a bid for $695 and a bid for $18,000. Like, what are we doing here? And we'll put.
I've seen a lot of different things.
I feel so bad for you guys. Because you'll go get 3 bids from 3 other roofers, and one will be $14,000 and one will be $30,000 for the same roof. Like, we're going a whole new roof, right? You'll get a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 swing. But like, for the same roof. It didn't like change square footage all of a sudden, right? So a lot of that has to do with being like, are you an amateur or are you a professional? Do you have a legitimate business with overhead? Are you running out of your garage? Those type of things. But to answer your question is, we will be like a home inspection report, some broken tiles, cracked tiles, slip tiles, mortar packs, debris in the gutters, debris in the valleys, storm colors, those stereotypical 5, 6, 7 things. We'll give you a quote to fix those. Those on average are $500 to $1,000 depending on how many we run into. And then the full roof part for 20, 25 grand, whatever that number is, that's a budgetary number. Unless if the roof is 20 years or older, that's where you have the gray area where you're like kind of flirting with a new roof. Like, hey, to execute the home inspection report, it's $695. But if you're a buyer, it's all about perspective. Like, Jason, this roof doesn't need replaced. I'm like, dude, if I'm the buyer, bull crap, it doesn't. Like, I want my buyers to get a new roof. If you're selling it, it's like $695. Yep, and we're right here, right? It's all about perspective and.
But having the option to negotiate that too, because it can scare someone.
100%. Yeah. But and that's what we do in our findings. We say, hey, the roof doesn't need to be replaced right now. It has about 2 to 3 years left, 3 to 5 years left, and it's going to cost you about $20,000. Right now, let's just do the $695 maintenance. At the very top, it says findings. We will tell you and guide you what to do. And our options will say recommended, $695, and then budget for, and then the whole new roof with the $18,000 clean block.
Nice.
We do it on purpose. It took me like 2 years to figure that out. Because I'm like, wait, why is agents getting all pissed? Like, you gave me a quote for $18,000. I'm like, no, we didn't. It's for them to budget when they move in 4 years. But we didn't put that in writing. And so that's where we're like, oh, there's the hurdle. It's like, no, here's what you need to do now. And then in the future, budget for this. And if it's not even within 5 years, if it's an 8-year-old roof, we're gonna be like, hey, in 14 years, like, you know.
Yeah, well done.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I wanted to expand on your question. So when you guys reach out to me, tell me, and I'll always ask if you don't say right away if you're representing the buyer or the seller, because just like Jason was saying, we're gonna give you options regardless, but it's helpful when we know that, because Jason's the OG in roofing and real estate. I mean, there wasn't anyone before Jason like really pouring into the real estate community. Everyone on our team, from myself to our scheduling to our sales guys, everybody understands the real estate market and what you guys need. So when we know the situation and who it's representing a buyer or seller, then it's going to help us to give you what you need. But regardless, you're going to get options. So I just want to point that out. Yeah,
that's Todd's question.
So when you do go out and do your evaluation of a roof, it used to be when I was an active agent, I would ask for the roof to be certified. So have the roofer certify that, if you're doing repairs or whatever it is, get a certification for the roof so my buyer would feel comfortable knowing that there was a certification. Do you do anything like that?
Yes. Great question. Hey, how do you give some peace of mind to our client knowing that like it's not toast, but it's like almost toast. It's like not burnt toast, but it's like crispy, right? And you're like, hey, so we offer 2-year work certs, 2-year roof certifications, and what those are is basically it's us. We don't warranty it because we didn't work on the roof. By the way, anything we touch, we warranty for 2 years. Any roofer that's licensed has to warranty it for 2 years, no matter who owns the house. That's another little nugget that a lot of agents don't know. So if you go sell the house and then the buyer takes over, like, oh, the warranty's not transferable. Okay, but for 2 years, it is no matter what. It doesn't matter if the bank owns it or any one of you ladies right here own it, and it changes 4 times in 2 years. Whoever owns the property, the roofer has to warrant it for 2 years, no matter what. After 2 years, they can say it doesn't transfer, then you're out. A lot of times when you're doing these real estate transactions, and we don't charge for transfer fees either. Some people will charge 1% of the house, 1% of the. I saw that the other day. I'm like, not of the roof, like of the house. I'm like, that's like a freaking real estate commission. It was crazy. Yeah, it was like $7,000, and I'm like, no. So we transfer warranties for free because I trust my guys and I trust my roofs. It doesn't matter if Mrs. Smith bought it or Mr. Johnson bought it. It don't matter. Like for us, it's all the same. So we transfer all of them for free. But yeah, 2-year roof certs are important and people like them. Depending on the size of the house, they're anywhere from like $250 to $500 just to have us go out there. We walk the entire roof, make sure there's no red flags. And we might need to do some repairs in order to get the 2 year, right? Like, hey, a lot of it has to do with, we don't do this anymore, things called refis back in the day. Remember that thing? So back in the day when you guys had refis, and it wasn't 9% interest rates, we were doing a lot of those where they do a refi because they want to get cash out to redo the roof. And I'm like, well, you gotta at least, it's gotta be good enough to where, you know, we can actually do the appraisal and the roof's not gonna get flagged. So we had to do a little stuff in order to get it appraised, to get your refi, to get the cash out, to redo the whole roof. So that's not really a thing right now, but that's happens. But yeah, we'll do 2 year roof certifications just to give peace of mind. It's not a warranty though. It's just like, hey, the overall health. That's me standing with my reputation, saying, hey, we checked the roof. You're okay. It's not a hot mess, and you got 2 years out of it. Go on. So there's a fee for that, and we do charge. I think it's $150, $250 depending on the size of the house for new build inspections. If you guys are up in new builds, at the 1 year, once again, don't forget, no matter who owns the house, they're like, oh, you have a 1 year warranty for the roof. It's 2 years, and it's through the roofing contractor, as long as they're in business. So it's 2 years, but we can come out and do a 1 year inspection with your home inspector, and we'll go light them up. You guys know Cy Porter? You may follow Cy Porter on social media. Yeah. So to each their own. But on the roofing side, it's very legit. They're still taking shortcuts right and left. Nobody gets them on the roof. The inspectors that do like the code stuff, right? You pass your shop and shear, and you pass your all those things. Who gets up on the roof to check it?
Yeah.
Nobody. Because the city inspectors, the city doesn't want to pay workers' comp to pay for the inspectors to get up on the roof. So they're like, yep, looks good to me. Looks up, probably won't leak. You know, there's tiles on there. Okay, so they're back. That's literally how they approve the roof. Because they legally can't have a ladder in their car or their truck and get up on the roof.
Wow.
So and that's any city, it doesn't matter. So that's how that works. So they get away with murder up on the roofs because nobody inspects them or looks at them. We get to go up there and like, if you get up on the roof, you avoid the warranty. You guys ever heard that?
Yes.
100% bullcrap.
Exactly.
Yes, 200% bullcrap.
How do you get around it? Because they make you sign something that says that you won't do it.
Cool. I'm going to sign that you're actually going to give me a roof that's not faulty from day one. Will you sign that?
No.
Oh, no. We're not going to sign that. Okay, then when we get up on the roof, show me, you only know who's skinny dipping when the tire goes out, right? That's what we do. That's what we do to builders. And that you'll be amazed at the crap we find still to this day because it takes shortcuts, but nobody sees it. And they might not see it, but then you go to sell in 2 or 3 years and like, you're like $3,000, like the roof's only 3 years old, out of the 2 year warranty for the roofer and for the builder. And now your seller, who was your buyer from a new build, has a $3,000 or $5,000 bill from State 48 from somebody else because from day one, those things weren't done right. But now you're out of your opportunity to go after them. You can do a drone too, but there's a lot of things that drones can't do. They can't check, I could go on, I'm out of time, but there's like nine things that you can't check on a drone that I can check face to face up on a roof, not void warranties. I'll record it. If I break a tile, I'll go replace the tile. But that's all they want to do is they don't want you getting up and pointing at my flaws. But that's why the home inspector's on the ground. You blue tape, right? You blue tape the whole freaking house. Why aren't you blue taping the roof? That's what we do. And do it at the 11th month. Because 2 years, you can get the roofer out there. 1 year, you still have the homeowner or the builder like that. So, it's a good question. Any other questions? So, get with Stacy if you have any questions. I love Sarah. I love, you guys know Michelle Mazzola. She's my OG. I got a couple friends from freaking 30 years ago in the back. But I only do roofing. I don't I'm not a GC that happens to do roofing. It's all in house. It's all me. And we have our beautiful new office on Ellsworth and Pecos in Mesa, but we cover the entire state of Arizona. So if you run anything, give us a call and we'll go take care of it.
Awesome.
Cool. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for breakfast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank
Guys,
you.
grab some burritos.
Oh, we will.
And then we got our guys up here, my cards, and water. Thank you.
Alright, change that back over to here. Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
You're good. Just want to make sure that I get this. I'm actually recording, guys, so this will be available later as well. I'll post it up on my YouTube channel a little bit later on. But back up, I like this little quote. On the road to success, plan for bumps. How many are running into bumps right now? Everybody's running into bumps right now. All right, so you guys all know that I go to a broker forum. Once a month it's online, once a quarter it's live, and the live one is always a lot more fun because we have a lot of a lot more interaction. And this month we had some really good speakers there. We had Rick Mack, and we had Jay Joseph was there. We had Matt Consalvo from Armless was there. So we had all the big people were there. There was a lot of really good communication going back and forth. For those of you guys who don't know who Rick Mack is the attorney for the real estate agents for Arizona. So if you get into trouble, Rick is the one that will be defending you if it's an AAR thing that we're doing that way. So some of the things that they talked about was buyer broker agreements. There are testers in our market that are testing to see if you're doing buyer broker agreements before you're showing houses. So if you're not, you're going to get busted. You don't want to get busted for that. That's a $500 fine. So you don't want to get busted for showing houses without having a buyer broker agreement or a showing agreement. Make sure you're doing them, and make sure you're uploading them within 48 hours into SkySlope. Everybody got that? Don't wait until you write a contract to send me your BBA, because now we're in violation. If you don't write a contract for 2 weeks, we're outside of the 10-day period that AAR gives us, or ADRE gives us, in order to get that stuff put in. So I've got to review them. Our company policy is 48 hours. State policy is within 10 days. So you need to make sure that they get in so that I don't have to start dinging people for turning stuff in late. Additional clause addendum. There's going to be a change to the additional clause addendum that's coming up. How is anybody in here on the loops? Are they in the forms loops committee? Are they where they get to see the different forms as they go through them? If you're not, anybody can get on it, so that you can get a chance to take a look at the forms, and you can actually have a say as to what we do with the forms and if there's any changes that are going to be coming out. So I'm on that, so I get an email every time there's something going on with the forms and if there's going to be any changes. They didn't get it done in time for this quarter, so it's going to be in the fall is when it's going to come out. But the additional clause addendum will have a section for seller originating the offer. We're seeing a lot of buyers coming in and unrepresented buyers coming in. So the buyer doesn't have a contract, so they can't write a contract, so they're asking you to write the contract for them. Well, now we have an implied representation when you're filling out a contract on behalf of a buyer. So that's a problem. So to get around that, what we can do is you can have the seller initiate the contract. So you write the contract just like normal, like the seller would want, and you can have a conversation with the buyer, and if they tell you what they want to offer, and if you come to that agreement, you put that in the contract, and you create the contract, you put that additional clause addendum in there with it says seller initiated contract. And again, that's not the only thing you need to do to make sure that the buyer understands that you are not representing them. The first thing that you should do, how many of you guys are getting sign calls from your listings? So when they're calling you and they're asking you to come and show the house, what do you tell them? Are you having a conversation with them when you meet them at the house about, I'm not representing you, I represent the seller. If you want me to represent you, I may be able to do that, but are you having that conversation with them up front?
Yes.
Good. You should be having that with them up front. What the extra step you should probably take is to take along that buyer, the unrepresented buyer addendum, that unrepresented buyer disclosure. Take that along with you. Hand that to them. Have them sign it. And then they understand, and right off the get-go, you are not representing them. If you change that later on, or if you're doing a dual representation at some point, which again I don't really like, but it is legal here. But if you are doing the dual representation, then of course you can actually eliminate that addendum out or that disclosure out of it and do your consent to limited representation, that whole thing. But that was one of Rick Mack's suggestions. Is initially when you go meet them at the house, hand them that unrepresented buyer disclosure. And that way they understand right from the start, because that's where we're seeing a lot of issues. That's what Rick is seeing a lot of, is a buyer thinks that no matter what conversation there's been, the buyer thinks that agent is representing him because he wrote the contract, because of different things that they've done. There's that implied representation thing. Yes?
If you have the opportunity to put them on a buyer broker before you go show your own listing, is that fine?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to do the buyer broker at that point, you absolutely can, and that way you're covered on that end as well.
Get there, and then we just need to do it.
Correct. Yes. So yeah, you can actually have them sign the buyer broker ahead of time. What is a buyer rep form?
They're your notes.
Buyer rep form. Yeah, I know. I'm reading my notes. I'm trying to figure out what I'm unrepresented buyer form on signed calls or appraiser. Okay, that's the next one. So we'll. I think that ties into what I was just doing.
Yeah.
Need to educate, like they said, they need to educate agents on how to handle unrepresented buyers better. Jay Joseph was there, and Jay was talking about appraisals, and I think everybody here know who Jay is. He's been around forever. He's like the most famous appraiser in town. So he's got like the best reputation for knowing everything about how to do an appraisal correctly. What he was started talking about compensation and concessions, and what he's hearing from agents is that sometimes appraisers are asking the agent, is their compensation, is their buyer compensation, is the seller compensating the buyer in this transaction?
Why do they need to know that?
They don't. But some of them are asking it. You know appraisers. Sometimes you get appraisers that they don't stay in their lane. So just make sure that if they're asking you that, you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that question. Just don't answer it. They don't need to know it. You don't have to answer that question for them. We're not seeing a lot of problems as far as getting appraisals. We're not seeing appraisals coming short. Are you guys seeing appraisals coming in short on the offers that you guys have?
No.
We're not seeing an issue with that right now, which is good. Knock on wood that we're going that route. That's good. Okay. Proof of citizenship email from ADRE. Did anybody in here get that proof of citizenship email from ADRE? There were 3,000 agents that got this proof of citizenship email. So there was a glitch in their system. And in this glitch, it dropped or it expired the proof of citizenship, whether that's a passport or your driver's license or whatever it is, or if you're using an entity, it's your corporation commission paperwork that shows that you're active in that. If you do get that, you do need to, if somebody does get it, you do need to supply that before the next time that you renew. Because when you go to renew, you're going to have to supply that the next time you renew. So it is legit. I know some people were thinking, we had one of our agents that was like, is this real? So they actually called ADRE and they said, yes, it actually is real. There was something that happened within their system. So just be aware of that. So if you hear of any of your friends out there that they got that notification, just let them know, yeah, before the next time you renew your license, you're going to have to do your proof of citizenship. Raffles. Raffles are an absolute no. So if you're having open houses and you want to do a raffle at your open house for people to come in, absolutely not. That is an ADRE violation and they will get you on that, and they are checking on those. So if you have title companies or lenders or anybody else that wants to give away things at your open house, I'm sorry, no. Just let them know that's not an option. You shouldn't be doing that. And I know they're doing it out there all the time. You're seeing it with with some of these other agencies out that are doing it. That's not us. We don't break the rules. What are my 2 rules? Get you paid and keep you out of jail, right? Those are my 2 things that I like. Those are my 2 rules. So that applies to number 2, keep you out of jail. I don't want anybody here getting busted by ADRE for anything. So again, we don't do raffles. And additional clause addendum sellers originate limited marketing addendum. Limited marketing. Man, I wish I had made a better note about the limited marketing addendum. That one was a problem. All right. We'll figure that out. That'll be next. That'll be on the 20th. By the way, that is our next meeting, is that we'll have another one on the 20th. And the 20th, we're actually going to have a social event afterwards in the Speakeasy. So if you come on the 20th, 10 to 11 is the meeting, 11 o'clock until I think 11 to 1, we're going to be in the Speakeasy downstairs, so that'll be fun. One of the local lenders in here is going to sponsor that for us, so that'll be fun. All right, Sell It Convention. Who's going? Raise your hands. Oh, yeah, that is awesome. I love that. So, and I'll get to this. I'll get to the itinerary. I wanted to, because the itinerary's out. Have you guys seen the itinerary?
Yes.
Has everybody seen it? Okay, cool. Because I had somebody message me yesterday and said, do I need to be there early in the morning on Monday? No. So if you don't know, it starts, registration is 2 to 4 on Monday. And I'll get to the itinerary here because I've got to jump out of my presentation to get to it. So I'll get to that. I want to do an Arizona function. I want to get a group of us together. I've already made the suggestion that we get to sit together in the main speaking things. So that we're working on. So if we do, we'll have a group, we'll have a section where we'll have like our Arizona banner up so that people know that that's where we're going to gather and that's where we're going to get to sit. It's always fun. When I've gone to other conventions at other companies, it was always fun for the state people to all be able to sit together. And you're going to commingle with each other anyway and all the other stuff, but it's fun to get together and have our little groups together at the the big events like Ryan's keynote and stuff like that. So I would love to have an event. Otherwise, though, and those of you who have looked at the itinerary, do you have an idea when you think or what you guys would want to do? What are you thinking? 'Cause I mean, we've got 2 to 4. We've got registration 4 o'clock until I think it's 4 to 7. There's other stuff that's going on, and then we're open, or 4 to 6, and then 6 to 8:30 is open on Monday, and that's that we have like free time then until we all go to the Harry Potter World at 8:30 that night. So there's that time that's open. There is lunchtime that's open on Tuesday. I don't know if you guys wanted to maybe get together and have like a group lunch or something like that, or if we just wanted to have our own little get together, just a little social function where we can get together while we're there. Any ideas, any thoughts? Think about it.
That's Monday?
That's either Monday or Tuesday, because there's time on Tuesday as well. Take a look at the itinerary and then just email me or text message me your thoughts, some ideas on that. And in the next meeting or so, we can figure out what we want to do as far as having some kind of a get-together while we're there. Because I think that would be a lot of fun to be able to just get the group of us together. And it looks like there's going to be a good bunch of us that are going. I'm guessing there's probably going to be 40 to 50 at least that are going to be there from our group, that's awesome. I mean, that's like 50% of our group is going to be there. I think we're going to have over 50%. That's awesome. All right. Sky Slope integration is complete. We are completely moved over. We're out of total brokerage completely. Everything that we're doing forward is all going to be in Sky Slope. Is anybody having any issues with Sky Slope? Anything that they're having a particular problem with, that they're not finding something, or I know that is anybody having an issue with the commission's portion of Sky Slope? Okay. All right, so good. All right, so we seem to be good there. I just want to make sure that everything is there. So things to improve. If you guys, again, on this, think about it. If there are things that you want to improve on, please, send me a message and we can figure out how to make that stuff work in Sky Slope. Also, backup and rejected offer procedure. Does everybody know what to do with a backup offer or a rejected offer? Okay. Backup offer. If you get a backup offer in on your listing, what do you do with it? Upload it into the transaction, but you don't put it it's not going to go on the checklist. You're just going to put it in the documents. So have it available in the document section. So all backup offers are in there. Rejected offers, same thing. If it's a rejected offer, upload it into the document section. And you don't have to upload the whole thing. If you want to just upload that back page of the document that has their initials on it that says that it's rejected, you can upload that into there and keep that for me for right now. We'll figure out a better way for the rejected offers, because it's when we get back to a point where if it's a seller's market again and we're getting 60 to 70 offers on a property, that's going to get ugly. So we'll figure out another method for storing rejected offers at a later time. But for now, just upload everything into the document section of the transaction. Doesn't mean it goes on to the checklist. Again, the checklist is only for the things that are there. I think for the checklist, I'm going to have them make some adjustments for the checklist, because it seems like the addendums section is like a catch-all for every addendum or anything like that, any other disclosures or things like that. So I think we need to have more placeholders in there so that you can actually assign the placeholder to the right thing. And that's, again, we make sure, guys, when you're doing the checklist, only attach that document for that thing. So if it's the purchase contract, don't upload addendums, don't attach counter offers, everything else in the offer. Offer is only for the offer. There's the place for counter offers, and if you don't see a place for the counter offers, let me know, because we'll make sure that that's on every checklist as well. But we want to make sure that everything is assigned in its appropriate spot in there. It makes it much easier for me to go in and review the files and make sure that everything is there. All right. Market update. So this was as of, I think, the end end of the week last week. This is where I pulled up numbers. So active listings were up 6,100 over last year. UCB and pending were actually up. Closed were up. Expired and canceled were up. But again, everything is kind of trending in the right direction. I mean, even though we have more actives, our UCBs and pendings and our closed are increasing a little bit as well. So yeah, it's still a seller's market out there. Definitely still a seller's or a buyer's market. Sorry, definitely still a buyer's market out there right now. But I can see things kind of leveling off a little bit. And once we get back into the fall, where I think we're going to see more buyers coming back out of the woodwork again, and I think we're going to see a little bit more competition on the buyer side of it. I think we're going to see that evening out even more to where it's going to be even more of a balanced market, I think, come this fall. Year-to-date numbers. So in June, we had 70 transactions. We closed 46 million in volume. Year-to-date, we have done 208 transactions, and we've closed 146 million in volume. Not bad for 3 months, really. That's through the end of June. So in 3 months, we've done $150 million worth of business. Not bad for a fledgling company that's just figuring things out. I just talked to Todd Sheridan today, and this isn't on the board, and this is kind of on the QT, but they are going to be opening up some more new markets. So we will be having some more new partners. Some of them maybe even fairly close by. Just saying. I'm not saying anything more than that. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag, but it's there's no other markets, other states.
Okay.
Yes. So there's other things that are happening, and California is probably not going to be one of them. I didn't hear anything about California just because the regulations in California are just crazy. So I don't think Ryan wants to go that route just yet. But there's some other stuff that's coming up that I think is going to be really fun, and it's probably going to be. It'll be happening within a year. But we got to move a little slower. They moved fast for us to get us involved because we were time sensitive. We needed to get involved because you guys all needed a home. You guys all needed someplace to go right away. So that's it. That's all I had here. I'm going to go to the itinerary real quick. Just jump to it really quick so you guys can see it up on the screen. And again, where are we at with timelines? Look at that, 45 minutes, even with having people here. It's awesome. I love it. Okay.
There's actually sessions.
I was
for
like,
Surrey.
So-
Are we still there to party by the pool?
Yeah, there's.
It was very.
So yeah, the 2 to 4 is registration, 4 to 6 is an opening cocktail hour, and then 8:30 to 11 is going to be at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Has anybody been there?
California.
No.
I've been to the one in Orlando.
Yeah, I was just there.
You guys are going to have a blast.
Really
It's,
fun.
it's a lot of fun. For those of you that have motion sickness, don't ride the VR rides,
Oh, no kidding, I know.
especially the.
Definitely not 2 times in a row.
Take some Dramamine before.
It doesn't even help. I was so ill after riding it. I get bad motion sickness. So.
Your dad.
Tuesday we have from 10 to 12. So again, Tuesday morning we could even get together for a breakfast Tuesday morning if you guys wanted to do something like that. So that's something we could get together. And then we've got the 10 o'clock. There's 10 o'clock with Ryan, and then there is the Power of Personality and Storytelling with Matt Lee and Eddie. You and I, the improv coach and motivational speaker Cameron Matthews. Women in Real Estate leading through the shift with Amelia. That's at 1 o'clock to 3. So this goes from 10 to 12. And then we're going to have a break from 12 o'clock until 1. So again, we've got 12 to 1 on Tuesday that's open. Women in Real Estate, Sell It Cabana Experience. Sell It Pool Cabana Experience from 1 to 4. If you kind of notice this, the Pool Cabana Experience is kind of step out into the sun, gives you a chance to meet the fellow agents, stuff like that. I think this is also going to be a good place for, if you have anybody else that might be coming along, this might be a good place for them to go hang out from 1 to 4 that day, because there's stuff that's strictly for agents, closed for events, for Surhand agents. But then again, out here is where the Sell It people that are not part of Surhand are going to be hanging out, because if they're a Surhand agent, these are only going to be available for you, these classes here in the afternoon from 1:45 to 3.
Definitely makes more sense.
And then 3 to 5, 3:30 to 5, there's a sales huddle close event again only for Surhand agents. So non-Surhand agents, they had to give them some place to go, so they're doing a pool event for them. 6 to 9 is the legendary beer garden in Los Sapphire Falls Resort. Chance to unwind and turn conversations into opportunity with dinner, over dinner and drinks, casual atmosphere, live music, games. 7 to 10 is a VIP dinner with Ryan, closed event for VIP ticket holders. Don't ask me how you get those tickets because I don't have one. So.
You write a check.
You have to pay.
For
I think-
It's $4,500.
I think you have to be somebody that produces a whole lot of money.
No, you
I'll
can
tell
pay.
you just buy the ticket.
Yeah, you have to pay.
You just pay for it.
Or like 60.
I went
All right.
there, I did it last,
$45
I did it last year and I did it 3 years ago.
So 7 to 9 is beer garden, or 6 to 9 is beer garden. 7 to 10 is dinner with Ryan. So all of us other people who are not going to spend that kind of money to go have dinner with Ryan.
Yeah. We'll be at the.
Again, we'll be at the beer garden until probably 9 o'clock. But if we wanted to do another a function again there, and we don't only have to do one. I mean, we can have more than one function where we can plan to get together as there
Well,
is.
then I wish for brunch for sure.
Also happen to have a dinner reservation at SDK, just all of us.
Arizona agents have one on SDK or window. Wednesday morning, we start earlier Wednesday morning, so it's 9 to 4, 9 to 9:15 is Ryan. It's a welcome with Ryan. Then we have nonverbal clues. We have 10 to 11 is Ryan. 11:15 to 12 is irreplaceable agent thriving in the state of AI with coin. That'll be fun. For those of you who haven't had real personal interaction with coin, that will be that. I promise you. You will be entertained. That'll be a good time.
He does sound really.
Yeah, he's good. 1 to 2 is build your brand. 2 to 2:45, the future of real estate. 3 to 4, the next big thing is you with Ryan. 5:30 to 6, Pro Happy Hour with Ryan. Again, closed event for Sell It Pro members only. So if you're a member of the Sell It Pro community, that event is for you. So other than that, if you're not a member of the pro community, there's another hole in our schedule where we can try to get together and do things if you want. And you're going to need some downtime. You're going to need time to take care of business, that kind of stuff as well. So keep that in mind while you're there. Business isn't going to stop while you're there. You guys all know how this works.
As soon as we leave. Oh,
We're out.
We're just on vacation.
You're all going to be doing deals while you're there because that's just how that's just how it goes. Yeah. So then.
Listings start getting going.
So Wednesday night, we have the final blowout at Universal City Walk. That, I promise you, is going to be fun. That's going to be a good time. So that is, we're taking over some of the most iconic sports spots at Universal City Walk, including Bob Marley, Pat O'Brien's Rising Star, for a private full-access celebration, dinner, open bars, live music, dancing, and zero agenda. An unforgettable night with the people that are redefining the industry. So that will be fun.
Yes. Yeah. Can you send this itinerary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's available. I can send you the link so you can go see it. It's online. But Coin sent it to me by PDF, so I've got it by PDF as well. I can attach that.
Hey Tom.
Yes.
I'm meeting my father and my son there. Is that kid friendly by chance?
This last
Friday,
one,
the
final
last
night
one?
blowout.
Probably not.
I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to say it's not. It might be.
Is it open to everybody?
Is it open to everyone though?
It doesn't say it's not,
Yeah.
but
Just
how was your kid?
I don't know. I don't
Should be
know.
a lot of alcohol. Like what?
well, he's.
Yeah.
I mean, just to pop by, not to like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places on City Walk though.
Yeah.
There's a,
Yeah. There's so.
I've never been there.
oh yeah, and it is
Yeah.
kid friendly around City Walk for sure.
Okay.
All right, and we'll have more information on this. This is my first pass at getting everybody the information on it, so we'll have more info on it. And again, on the 20th, I will make sure that we have more information and we talk about it again on the 20th. So be here on the 20th. Anybody else have anything that they want to chat about? Anything they want to bring in front of the group right now?
Do you want to go back to your original agenda, that last item you forgot what you were going to talk about?
I'll put it in my notes when I send this out because I cannot
Could
remember.
it be the pre-marketing, like your seller says, I don't want to be on the MLS?
That's it.
Is that, I was
Thank you.
wondering, yeah.
Yes. So yes, there is another form that is being created. It's a pre-marketing form. Our MLS did a really good job with the clear cooperation thing and what they're doing. They've done a really good job with that. But yes, there is going to be a change in all the ERs. and all the listing documents, where it's going to have this blurb in there about pre-marketing, and it's going to say very clearly that we are not able to market this outside of our people. We can't market it on the internet, we can't do open houses, we can't put it in the MLS, we can't do any of that until we actually go active. But if we're pre-marketing means that we're just doing like a meeting like this. Doesn't mean that you can go to tours and tout it at tours, because that's with multiple brokerages, so you're not allowed to do that as well. And again, guys, I know that people do it. I've been to the tours. I know people are constantly touting things that they shouldn't be touting.
Okay.
We have to follow the rules.